We are all the way live, family. How are you? How are you? How are you? It's Cheryl Grant with Cheryl Grant International. We are here on the Fit platform, and do I have a treat for you tonight? You not even knowing this Queen Santia Deck. If you don't know who she is, you're about to find out. And if you don't know who she is, I'm just going to ask you right now, where you been living? Because this queen is out there. She's doing things. Santia, my goal is to grow up and be like you, okay? As my granddaughter calls me Mama G. Mama G want to be like Santia. Santia, you have over 800,000 followers. Who has almost 1 million followers?
Yes.
Like, I'm trying to get, I ain't got to get that high. If I get 150, I'll be good.
Right.
I'm not mad. I'm so excited, you guys. Wherever you are, I'm telling you right now, if you don't tag somebody, call somebody, text somebody, grab your pencil, grab your notebook. I don't know what to say. I don't even know what to say because I brought a queen to you tonight. I brought to you an original, a young. Are you considered a millennial, Santia?
Yes, I believe so.
So Santia is like this queen right here. Y'all don't even know. So tag somebody. And as a matter of fact, while I get prepared before we jumpstart, I'm going to be sharing this with several of my groups, Santia, because I want to get you as much exposure as I possibly can. So I'm gonna take the time that I need to do this because I really do need the world to hear your story. This is the Bay Area. Santia is coming to us from beautiful, beautiful Atlanta, Georgia, where they made it happen in the election, where they happen. They are on the street making it happen. They're not talking about it, people. They're being about it. And that's where Miss Santia is from. Okay, so Santia, I think I've shared. Please do, guys, share this. We're building up. Santia, we are streaming to all of my social media platforms. So we're getting the exposure that we need. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and get started. This hour is going to go by, I know, so quickly. And I'm going to try to give you guys as much as I possibly can. I just want to turn my volume down so I don't get any feedback on my computer. So first and foremost, I want to thank everybody for joining me today. For those of you who know me, you know that I am Cheryl Grant with Cheryl Grant International. We created this platform primarily to showcase the talents of Black women and women of color. And I make the distinction because a lot of times we get put into a box and we're very different, Black women and women of color. And this platform is created to highlight them and to just uplift them. So with that, we're going to go ahead and get started. Again, I'm Cheryl Grant here with Fit Live. We're here to highlight both the journey and the success stories of professional entrepreneurs of color. We want to explore all the important and necessary information to help guide, inspire, and encourage all aspiring business owners and professionals of color. We plan to equip them with specific, concrete examples, tools, tips, and tricks to lead them toward their own success, not only in business, but in life. The question whenever you come on my platform is, and the question that I'll continually ask, are you ready to be fit? Fit stands for faith, intuition, and tenacity. Faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things unseen. It's your ability to imagine, to dream in the impossible, and know that you can bring it to manifestation. Then the intuition, trusting your gut, trusting yourself, listening to yourself when it tells you to move, when it tells you to stop, when it tells you to go, slow down, trusting yourself. And then tenacity. You know what? Just go make it happen. Like this queen right here is about to tell you. I just want to say welcome to the Fit platform. And if you're not fit, before you leave me, you will be mentally fit. Fit is a mental construct. It's a way of thinking. And Santia Deck is a testimony to everything that I've lived. I'm so emotional right now because I consider Santia my baby. I consider her my little angel. And so I'm bringing to her, to you, because she's setting the bar, y'all. She's creating things that people have imagined doing. So if you've ever had a dream and you want to come to fruition, then you need to listen to Santia Deck. I'm going to give you a little bit of her about her bio, but I really want to engage in conversation so you really can get to know this queen. So we'll start off with telling you a little bit about Santia. Okay, Santia, this is where Mama G got to put on her glasses. So
Okay.
that part. Santia Deck is the queen of abs. Santia Deck is a history-making professional female football player. Did y'all hear me say that? Professional football player, a social media influencer with over 800,000 loyal and engaged followers. A former track and field collegiate athlete, Santia recently made history twice by becoming the highest paid woman to play professional football, signing a multi-million-dollar deal with the WFLA, and then becoming the first female athlete to own her own shoe company. Tronus. Santia is a published author, a fitness model, a TV personality, a social media consultant, a public speaker, a TV host, and so much more. She also has a new fitness app, Coach Queen of Abs, available, of which I'm signing up for, so I encourage all of you to do the same. Santia Marie Deck was born in Greenville, South Carolina, and raised in Houston, Texas. She now resides in Atlanta, Georgia, and travels often. Santia has been running full speed after her dream of success since childhood. Now she works tirelessly to inspire and empower young people, women, and others with a determination and passion. Wherever you are on this platform, stand up and give my queen a round of applause. Welcome, Santia!
Thank you so much. Thank you. I definitely appreciate, you taking the time to have me on here.
No, I thank you for being here. And for all those of you who have chimed in, this is really not about us having a monologue. This is about a dialogue. So I need y'all to chime in to hear this queen story. Because if you've ever had a dream and you want to know, this is our millennial. This is our future generation that's not talking about it. She's being about it. So Santia, my first question to you is one that I ask often. What are you passionate about? What is Santia Deck passionate about?
Oh man, I'm passionate about so many things. But to sum it all up, honestly, I'm passionate about my purpose. I'm passionate about doing everything that God put me on this earth to do while I'm here. I'm passionate about showing little girls all around the world that there are no glass ceilings, there are no limitations, and if there is a glass ceiling, we're capable of breaking through it. I'm really here to show people that the impossible is possible, because I feel like as a woman, especially an African American woman, we are almost brainwashed to feel like we are supposed to live in this little box and we can't do anything outside of that. It's not cool, it's not cute, it's not this, it's not, whatever. We have to look a certain way, dress a certain way, talk a certain way. But from the time I was young, I always did things that was outside of the box. I always did things that normally little girls wouldn't want to do. And I stood by that. I didn't give in to peer pressure. I did things on my time, the way that I wanted to do it. And honestly, I just feel like if you have a dream, then you need to protect it and you need to go get it full throttle, full speed ahead. And I feel like that's kind of what I've been doing since I was a kid.
It's amazing to me though, Santia. And I would imagine as a little girl, did you always know it? Because I met your mom and she's amazing. Your mother's a rock star. So we got to give mommies props. Mother's Day's coming, honey. Right now, I know it's about Santia Deck, but we give the mommies credit. You had people around you. Was it just innate to you? Was it you? Or was it your mother that was pushing you? Or was it just really Mom, this is what I want to do, and she stepped behind you?
Honestly, a lot of what I like who I am has to do with my mom, for sure. My mom has always been my biggest cheerleader. She has always poured into all of my siblings, and said, you know, we could fly if we wanted to. We were very confident children. We were very self-aware children. We were very spiritual children. And it's honestly because of how we were brought up, because we were in a household where my mother was an entrepreneur, and so was my father. So they, of course, told us that, you know, if you want the world, you can have it. And I feel like more people need to hear that. More kids need to hear that. More Black kids need to hear that. So I feel like my mom did an excellent job raising us, because we were always our own people. We didn't try to be like anybody else. We always stood out, and we were proud of that. So yeah, my mom is definitely a big part of my success.
Well, I love your mom, and I think she's amazing. I think you're amazing too. Santia, what got you in? So I get your passion and your purpose. How did you get in alignment to be with the WNFL? Like how that sounds scary. So everybody has their perspective.
Mm-hmm.
For me, that sounds scary. But for you, Santia, how did that come about for you?
Well, it's a pretty long story, but I'll try to sum it up. Pretty much, 2019, I was training the entire year to possibly make the USA team for rugby. So I thought I was going to be, going to the Olympics, making the USA team, all of that in rugby. And because I was so new to the sport, I was trying to learn as much as I could in like a year span, really less than a year. So I was traveling to New Zealand, to Australia, to London, like all these major places where rugby's big, trying to learn this knowledge, trying to practice and all these different things. And I was not resting. So I would go to New Zealand, come back, go train the next day, and hop on an airplane 3 days later. And my body just wasn't having time to recover. So little did I know, my body was slowly breaking down. And I ended up getting a small injury that turned into a bigger injury because I didn't sit down. I was not listening to my doctor, because I was like, yo, I got to make the Olympic team. So long story short, I did all that training just to get the big opportunity, which of course is to get the tryout with the USA coach. And I completely like fell on my face. My body broke down. I was done. Like my body was overworked. So I did terrible, probably the worst I've ever did in a tryout. Of course, I got the call like a week later saying that I didn't make the team, and I went into a depression. Because I don't think people realize, for athletes, especially Olympic athletes, you have that one chance. You have that 1 year to give it everything that you had. All those years of training comes down to that 1 year. And I just got a little taste of that, but I put my money into it. I put my heart, my time. I lost friends. I lost relationships, everything, because I was so focused on that dream. So to come out with nothing, that's trauma. So I remember telling my mom, I was crying. I was in a depression for almost 3 months, barely eating, barely talking to people. And I remember my mom came to me one day and said, Cynthia, look, I know this is hard. I know it sucks. I know it hurts. You put a lot into it, but you have to understand that everything happens for a reason. So are you going to lay here, or are you going to give the reins over to God and allow him to do what he's going to do in your life? She said,
I want you to continue. Please don't do that. Please don't. But I need people to get this, because everybody thinks that we're in this 1 minute made success mentality, instantaneous everything. Mm-hmm. Did you hear this young queen just tell you that she fell flat on her face, mm-hmm. and her mother told her to make a choice? How many of us have fallen flat and we give up? We give up hope. We just throw in the towel. And this queen just told you, her mother came to her and told her, what you gonna do? Yep. Santia, please continue on. I'm sorry, I just had to interject there.
So I remember she just said, I need you to get on your knees and pray and just give it to God. And I remember I did that night. I got on my knees, and I remember I just like cried my soul out. And I just, asked God, like, God, I don't know what to do. I don't even know who I am at this point. I don't know what my purpose is. I always get so close. I'm always almost there, and then something happens. And I'm like, am I not meant to be an athlete at this point? Like, is it over for me? Should I move on? And I just say, you know what? I give it to you. I'm going to lay it at your feet. I'm going to allow you to do what you're going to do. I give you the reins over my life. And I just remember waking up the next morning, and I felt like a new person. I felt like I just had the weight of the world lifted off of me. And literally 2 months later, I got a call from Lupe Rose, who owns the WFLA. And she made me an offer I couldn't refuse. And now I'm here. So that's the really short version. But I always tell people the best way to explain how that happened was, I don't know if you've seen the meme that went viral a few years ago, but it's like a little boy who has a little tiny teddy bear behind his back, and then it's like a figure of God. He has this humongous teddy bear, and the little boy says like, "This is, but God, this is all I have." Not knowing that God has this humongous teddy bear. He has so much more in store for this little boy, but all he can see is that little teddy bear, and that's all he can. That's all he can get. That's all that he has. So for me, that's how I looked at my whole situation, because I was like, but this is Olympics. There's nothing better than the Olympics. That's less than 1% of the world. But God said, no, I'm gonna actually allow you to make history, become the first to do something, not something that many people have done. You're the first. And when I really realized that, I was like, man, if I didn't believe in God, I believe in Him now. I mean, so it's amazing how we always think that what we want and what we feel like our life is supposed to look like is how it's supposed to be. But in reality, God has something sometimes, well, most of the time, way more, just way better than what we can even imagine. I never imagined I was gonna be playing football and become the highest paid and become the first woman to do it. So it's like you never know what God has in store, and that's just a testament to my life. That's my life, and I mean, people know me like I'm I'm a soldier for God. So like that's everything to me.
Oh my God, Santia, my heart is on this other side, and I've heard your story before, but I'm melting again, as though I'm hearing it for the first time. You know, one of the things that we're currently grappling with is this whole transition, Santia, as the world goes through this transformation. And we, as Black people, understand systemic racism, but if you're not Black and you've not lived our lives, then you don't really understand the journey that we've gone through. When I listen to you, especially in a male dominated sport that's run primarily at the executive level by white males,
Mhm.
how did you, I mean, and I just hear your story and you sharing with me like the obstacles that you went through just to get and finally get your gift.
Right.
Did you feel any resistance, or did people come up to you and say, why football? Why are you trying to be a man? Or, you want to, oh my God, this is a man's sport. How are you going to be a woman and do a man? Did you get, I'm sorry, I'm kind of whiny voice, but
No, that's how they sound though.
kind of get the feeling going that people might be able to resonate with. How did you deal with that, Santia?
Well, yeah, I definitely got a lot of that. Especially when my articles went viral. People made blogs like not hate blogs, but like just blogs talking about me and like, oh, she's trying to be this man and this, or she wants to be a man in the NFL or whatever people was saying back then. And they still say it now. And I had to actually go on national TV on the Kelly Clarkson show and say, look, I'm gonna make this announcement one time only. I'm a woman who's only wanted to play with women. I have no desire to play with men, and that's that. All this like, oh, she trying to make us. I'm 5'1", 147 pounds. What am I really gonna do? I'm a running back at that. So I have to clear the air with that. But to this day, I get people saying, why? Like, why don't you just go and do, run tracks again, or why don't you go and cheerlead or whatever? And I'm like, why not? Why not me? Why can't I do what I'm doing? What is the issue? Is it because you're afraid that you will have more success in this sport than you? Is it because I intimidate you because maybe I'm more athletic than you and I'm a woman? So I ask people, if you want to be ignorant of me, I can be ignorant back. I mean, but respectfully, like respectfully. So like I'm very good at putting people in their place, but respectfully, if that makes sense. So I have very thick skin. I had to develop very thick skin at a young age because first of all, I grew up with boys. I have three brothers, one being my twin. My older sister was like way older than us, so she wasn't really in the house with us. So having brothers, you gotta know how to fight. You gotta know how to go downstairs and grab food before they eat it. They were all football players. So like it's so much that you have to learn, at a young age as a girl living with guys. And then of course just doing what I've done. Like people have said things from the time I started my journey to now. And at first I couldn't handle it. I'll be honest. And I understood why I didn't gain success at super early, stages in my life, because I couldn't handle it. I was very sensitive. Anything anybody said, I took it personal, and I had to learn how to not do that. And luckily, I developed that, and now, like, I'm very nice, but at the same time, I'm gonna let you know, like, you're not gonna play me like that. So, you know, or I'm just not going to say anything at all, which is honestly what I normally do. So, yeah, I just had to develop thick skin. That's really it.
Oh my God. You guys, if you are not being blessed today, I know that I am by this queen really telling us a story about everything that this platform stands for: having faith, praying to God, trusting her intuition, having the tenacity to still break through barriers. And for me, Santia, I don't believe in glass ceilings, especially for Black women. I tell people the story all the time that, you know, with a glass, if you have the right tool and you hit it at the right spot, it'll shatter, which creates a weakness that you can punch a hole through it. We have brick ceilings. So you can't use a little instrument to break brick. You got to use a sledgehammer. And at best, you might break one brick.
Mm-hmm.
By the time you do, somebody's placed two new bricks with that. So you're starting all over again. So our journey is a very different journey, and especially in your field. And one of the things, because I know your story, that I'd like you to share with the audience is that when you began this journey and started to get the training, that they wanted to put you through the foo training. And I remember you telling this story about, no, there's a difference. So I'm not going to spoil it, but I'd love for you to share, especially from a collegiate standpoint, that if you're going to compete, especially within the WNFL, your training has to be a different kind of training. It can't be, you know, let's take you into the cheerleading room and let's kumbaya. Maybe performance kind of testing. But I remember you talking about and really pushing back. Can you share a little bit about that?
Yeah. So one thing that I feel like people definitely, like, I guess, get confused when I talk about how I train. People, I guess, they see Instagram models on Instagram and how they train, and it's very cute, it's very girly, it's very, you know, feminine, if you want to say. But I personally, I train like an NFL player. I train like an NFL player, and I think people don't realize the type of grit, the type of tenacity, the blood, sweat, and tears that I shed on a daily basis for this sport. And so I definitely have to let people know that, no, when I'm out here on the field, you know, I'm doing the same amount of work, putting in the same amount of time, you know, sacrificing the same amount of whatever it may be that NFL players is actually, you know, sacrificing. So I always have to, and it's unfortunate, but I've come to realize that that's just part of this journey. I
Right.
always have to let people know stuff, let people know that, okay, I belong here. I belong in this space. I've put in the work. I've put in the time. I've had to fall on my face. I have to fail many times. I have to, you know, pick myself up off the ground many times when it's come to, you know, just getting here. It's athletically. I'm not even talking about all the other obstacles that I've been through. So I let people know again that I am an athlete. I'm an athlete first.
Yes.
And then if you want to look at the femininity part of everything that I do, that's fine. But when you see me, you see an athlete. You don't see this cute little girl that's out here trying to just pitter patter down the field and what. No, I'm actually out here taking hits, giving hits, you know, trying to win a championship, trying to break records. And that's something that I always have to defend, but I don't mind because I'm here and I'm staying.
So for anybody who doesn't know Santia Deck, you definitely need to. You can follow her on Instagram. She currently has over 800,000 followers. I want to know right now, because Ariel, you said that you could not hear us. Can you hear us now? I want to make sure you guys are getting this, because this is too valuable for you not to be able to hear us. And if I need to turn the volume up, of which I just did, I will do that. But can you hear us? Please do. Somebody tap in. Let me know that you can hear us. And I'm looking on Facebook. Anybody out there, please do tap in. Can you hear us? Let us know, because that's not good. That's not good. And I'm loud. I'm sorry. I'm way over the top.
No,
But
you're good.
can you hear? Let me put this on Facebook. Let me see. I can hear you perfectly. Okay, thank you, Beauty All Over. Gorgeous. Thank you, Miss Regina. I know who you are, Beauty All Over. Don't be trying to hide a name with Beauty All Over. I know who you are. Thank you. Thank you for saying that you can hear us. So, Santia, one of the things that you talked about was, especially with the WNFL, can you tell me a little bit about that? Is this a new league? How is it being formulated? When is your first game? How can, I'm all excited about that because this is huge. This is huge. So
Yeah, so the WFLA is the Women's Football League Association. And it was started in 2019, I guess, 20 maybe. But it's pretty much like the whole game plan for this league is to pretty much be like the women's version of the NFL. So we are getting paid. We're gonna have insurance. We're gonna be traveling, to play. It's gonna be formulated just like the NFL, pretty much. I don't know all the ins and outs because I'm just a player, but that's what we're being told on our end. I play for the LA team, which is LA Fame, so I will be moving to LA at some point. But
coming closer to
me. As far as when the season's gonna start, I personally don't know because COVID has messed up a lot of things for everybody. But because we're a new league, obviously it hit us a lot harder because we were in the works of getting things ready, and then it's like boom, everything had to be shut down. So from what I know, we're supposed to be starting next year, like next May, I believe. So fingers crossed that everything happens. But that's all the information I have. But it is the first of its kind. This is the first league where women are being paid what they deserve. And I'm excited. I'm excited to get a championship for LA, and I love LA. So being out there is going to be, amazing.
Oh my God, I'm so excited because you're going to be closer to me. I want y'all to know there's so much about this queen that I could probably spend the next 2 to 3 hours just touching the surface. Especially as a young millennial. She's already bought her first house, and I saw it, but she put it on IG, so I know I can go ahead and talk about it because it's out there. It's out there. But I'm just so proud of her and her accomplishments, and more so than anything, I want you guys to really get her mindset, because the Fit platform is all about your mental construct. How do you think? How do you see the world? Do you see it as half empty, or do you see it as half full? Do we buy into the systems that have been put in place to tell us about what we can't? Or do we create new ways to say I can? And Santia, that's what you're doing with becoming the first WFNL NFL player. But guess what? That's not the only thing you're doing. Santia, can you tell them? Okay, I got so much I want to share. Okay, I don't even know where to start. Like I know where I in my mind, but I got a lot. So here's what I want you to share with people right now. Santia, you got the name of Queen of Abs.
Right.
When you first started off before all of this. What does that mean? And tell me about your new app. Because I'm trying to get abs, y'all. I don't care. I'm 60 and I said it. I want Cynthia's abs. I do. How do I get your abs?
I got you. So Queen of Abs, that's actually the name of my brand. That's my LLC. That's how I started. And pretty much the name Queen of Abs came from, really, it was, I was on social media, got on social media, probably back in 2011, 2012, maybe. And I was just posting pictures like everybody else, posting my track and field workouts in college. And people started noticing my stomach. And they're like, man, you have really defined abs for a girl. And so that kind of became my thing, of course, like, oh, she's a girl with a really nice abs. And of course, as my following started growing, I started getting more attention. I started getting more, shares on social media. And my mom noticed. She was like, we should maybe turn this into a brand. My mom is a businesswoman, right?
I love your mother.
Yeah. So pretty much she was like, well, what would you want to be called? Like, what would your brand be called? I was like, I don't know, like maybe Princess of Abs. And she was like, well, I'd be a princess so you can be a queen. And so then Queen of Abs was born, and that's how it happened. As far as my fitness app, so I just launched it like literally less than 2 months ago. So it's super new. But with my app, we customize every single detail to fit everybody's individual needs. So this is not a generic plan where I give you the same plan that I give Tanya down the road, but right. You guys have different body types and different things like that. Like you put in all your information down to every little tiny detail so that you can get the perfect plan that is going to for sure guarantee your results. And so far it's been honestly crazy to see my clients like reach like their goals in less than, not goals, but almost reached her goals in less than a month because I have a guy that lost 11 pounds already. Literally 11 pounds already. I got a girl that gained 3 pounds and she said she's never been able to gain weight. So like I'm to see like all these people just super happy because they're like, okay, I can finally get to the body goals that I want. I can finally go outside and run with my kids. I can finally go and do this and do that. That's all I care about. It's just making sure that this is a lifestyle for these people, not just a one-time thing, but they have mental health videos to watch when they're feeling down. They have blackout lists. So let's say you're eating rice one day, you're like, oh, I'm tired of rice. Let me get something else. We can make sure that we take that out and put something in to replace that. So we're literally catering to your every needs. Even when you're feeling down, we got you. When you're feeling up, we got you. We got a community of people to help motivate you if you don't have anybody to motivate you. So this app is literally designed for your success. There's really no way you can fail unless you just quit. And even
did you hear that?
So that's
how did they find your app? Tell me, how did they find your app?
So you can just go, you can type in coachqueenofabs.com and you can literally like download the app to your phone if you want to, or just stay on the internet. It's up to you. So we gave you 2 options because everybody doesn't like apps.
Oh my God. Everybody doesn't like, who don't like apps?
Some people are like, oh my gosh, I have too many apps on my phone. So
Queen of Abs. There you go. You got it. Well, I want to be a testimony. I want to start May 1st. And Mom want to get her abs together. She got a 60th birthday coming up, so she's trying to get her life together. So I'm definitely gonna sign up and make sure I get on that bandwagon, and I will report out to everybody how I do or not do. But the goal is to definitely do.
Right.
So you have this Queen of Ab app, but you know what, Santia? That's not all you do.
Right.
That's not all you do. Can you talk to us? Santia, you came out with a new shoe. I wish I literally have gotten a picture of it so that I could show the audience your shoe. Matter of fact, I should have done that. So shame on me.
It's okay.
Yeah, talk to me about how you came up with your own tennis shoe. Or is it a sports shoe? What do I call it? A tennis shoe?
It's really an athleisure shoe. It's
athleisure. Oh my God, that's a new word, y'all. athleisure. I love it. So
yeah. So the name of my shoe company is Tronos. I made history by becoming the first athlete to own her own shoe company. So it's not just a shoe. It's not just a shoe line. I'm like a Nike. I am Nike. With that being said, the shoe, I decided to really focus on the comfort of this shoe because me being an athlete, I know what we need. But I'm also a person that likes to walk, that likes to go out and have fun and do things like that. So I know what we also want to feel when we're just out and about. So the goal of the shoe was to combine comfort with, of course, making it look amazing, but also making it to where you can perform in it. So you can go to the gym, you can do squats, do lunges, jump around a little bit. But the main thing about this shoe is how it feels. We want to make sure that when you put the shoe on, it feels like you're walking on clouds. And when I tell you we hit that dead on the mark, we hit it dead on the mark. And I'm very much I guess people call me a unicorn because I'm very feminine, but I'm also very athletic. So I want the shoe to be versatile as well. So when you see the shoe, it stands out. It's like, oh my gosh, what are you wearing? Like, what is that? But then when you put it on, like it's like, okay, it feels good. I can go out and have fun in it. But then I can go out here and lift, deadlift some weight, go out here and throw some weights around. So I want to make sure that it fit everybody's needs. So the athletes, the everyday person, the business person that's going to work, the doctor that walks around all day, and they want to make sure that their feet feel good. So we want to just make sure that it fit everybody's needs. And we have some fire, coming out very soon as well. We have slides coming out, which everybody likes slides.
Yes.
We have apparel coming out that's gonna match the shoes. We have beanies. We already have masks and socks. So we are literally trying to be a one-stop shop. And to be honest, we're trying to take over. I wanna be the next Nike. That's it. That's the goal.
Okay, so now I gotta have a pair of Tronus in my life. How did you come up with the name Tronus? What is Tronus? What is the representation of Tronus? What does it mean?
Yeah, so really my mom, she's the one that really came up with it. She was brainstorming for a few days. And Tronos means throne in Greek. And of course, my brand is Queen of Abs. So Queen of Abs, throne, royalty goes hand in hand. So we just want to make sure it connected.
Oh my God. And like, I'm looking at the various colors. Like, how many different flavors do you have of this already? Because I'm looking right now and I'm seeing everything. I mean, oh my God, Santia, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. How many flavors do you have?
So right now we have 12, but we're gonna continue to put some out, put more colors out. We have surprise colors, of course, that we're not gonna like let people know about.
Right.
So we're just gonna continue adding. So you just have to stay tuned. That's
Right.
what they say.
So one of the things I want to say to you guys, first and foremost, again, I told you this is not a monologue. This is meant to be a dialogue. It's not very often that you get to talk to a multi-millionaire, talented NFL superstar. I brought her to you. She's taken time out of her calendar and schedule to be with you today. This is your opportunity to ask her questions about entrepreneurship, about how to overcome your obstacles, about how to rise to the next level in the face of adversity. Please take advantage of this opportunity. I told you to be taking notes. If you haven't already, then shame on you, whether you watch it now or whether you watch it later. The jewels that she has just left with us, and especially you're so young. I mean, you're our future, and I get that. But your wisdom, it's like you're an old soul in a young body that's speaking the language that a lot of us need to really speak, especially in my generation, baby boomers, Gen X, or even millennials, or even the future generation of Z or Y. They need to hear this. This messaging is so important. So if you have questions, please ask. We got this, queen. Ask the questions. She's come out with 2 products. Matter of fact, she does more than that. She does endorsements. I've been watching you, Cynthia. You are all over the net endorsing products, health food products. You're on TV. You're on you're on the internet. You're doing all kinds of amazing things. So all in the name of your spirit, of your product that you're selling, the products that you're selling, creating multiple streams of income, creating generational wealth. Y'all, am I talking to you? Is she not talking to you? So the way that we get this shoe, again, to support you, and I need my audience to support you. How do we get a hold of this shoe again?
So you can go to tronosofficial.com.
Okay, I want to write that now.
We ship internationally, so it doesn't matter where you are in the world. We have sizes 5 through 18 available now. And it's also unisex, so it's for men and women. I'm sorry, we have sizes 3 through 18 now. So we went
Tronos Official.
tronosofficial.com.
Okay.
So just head to the website, check them out. Honestly, you won't be disappointed. We have so many repeat customers. We have so many people that have bought all of the shoes because of just how they feel and how they look. So you won't be disappointed.
Oh my God. And you look amazing. You sitting down right now in your little shorts, honey. Her body is amazing. Can you share with us, a lot of times I feel like people, again, want instant gratification, Cynthia. And I want them to understand that anything that you do, you got to put the work in. There's no magic. There's no magic formula. I mean, yes, prayer is very important. I believe in it. Having faith is the number one thing that I'm rooted in. But the Bible even speaks of faith without works is dead. I really would like to understand what your regiment is. Like, can you break it down for me, Santia, the day in a life of a Santia Deck? Because she's in Atlanta right now, you guys. So she's 3 hours ahead of us. Mm-hmm. And so it's nighttime where she is. And she's here making time for you. So again, tag somebody, but please, Santia, share with us, please.
Yeah, sure. So my regimen, it varies. Of course, I'm the type of person that believes in manifesting things. So I definitely have my vision boards. I have my affirmations. I have my prayers that I pray, obviously, every day. But depending on what type of day it is, I try to prepare the night before. So if I have an interview, a meeting, or something the day before, I make sure I go to bed early. Of course, I work out pretty much every day or every other day. So I also have to keep my body up because I'm an athlete, but also just because it makes me feel better. It gives me energy. I make sure that I'm putting healthy things into my body. as much as I can. I do have a sweet tooth, so I'm not gonna lie about that. But for the most part, I eat very clean, very healthy. But to be quite honest, the only way that this ship can move is because of my team. I am literally all over the place all the time, whether I'm playing football, playing rugby, in the meetings, doing meetings, traveling, whatever. So I literally can't be in all these different places at one time. So I have built like a really, really strong team. I have assistants. I have an executive assistant that has really helped to make my life a lot easier because everybody knows once I go into season, that's all I can focus on. I can't focus on Queen of Abs. I can't focus on Toronto's because I'm Santia the athlete. So what I would recommend everybody who is literally trying to reach the pinnacle of success, you can't spread yourself too thin. You cannot do everything. You have to allow somebody else to hold your baby sometimes, which is very hard for me. For the longest, it was me and my mom. Me and my mom doing everything. The only person I got a chance to hold my baby was my mom. And, we built that baby together. And so now that, we have, it's been years later, we realized that, okay, we made the best decision when we decided to start outsourcing things. We started getting other people involved that we trusted. It took a long time. I'm going to tell you that. It was a lot of trials and tribulations when it came to the right people on my team. But when we finally got those right people, I feel like my career it elevated so fast because I could finally breathe. I could finally do other things. So the importance of team is I can't even put in words how important that is because I was one of those people that's like, I can do everything myself. I can be here, I can be there, I can do this, I can do that, until one day I burnt out. And I was like, okay, so I can't do it by myself. So I would say my team is they keep me on track. They keep up with my schedule. They remind me of everything because I don't have the best memory. They make sure that I'm not doing too much to try to take as much pressure as possible off of me. And my mom is obviously, she runs everything, so she makes sure everybody's in place, make sure I'm in place. My mom keeps me straight sometimes, when I feel like I might be doing too much. So having the people that I have in my circle is how I'm able to do what I do and why I'm where I am, to be honest. And of course, God.
Right, always God. And one of the things I loved about your mom and you was the camaraderie and the structure of your family with your brothers and her supporting, not only your brothers, but also supporting you in your vision and you to do this work that you're doing. But I think you're just sharing with everybody some amazing, Tia, amazing gems of wisdom that, if applied, can transcend their lives in ways they've never imagined.
Mhm.
Along your journey, Cynthia, I want to ask you, who has been your role model? I know your mom, obviously. Is there anybody else that's really truly held that torch for you? And if so, why?
The only person that I've always watched and I just love his story is Master P. I think watching his story made me an even bigger fan of who he is because he really came from like the bottom, the ground, the trenches. So seeing how he already had that entrepreneurial mind when he didn't have anybody around him really teaching him that showed me like, man, like the power of just like the want and the will to do something different and be something different is just crazy. So watching how he always is coming up with new products, new ideas, new innovations, like just doing all these things that nobody else is doing, and then having his kids do the same thing. That's what I want. I want my when I'm finally retired and completely done. I want to make sure that I'm passing down the same knowledge my mom gave me and the things that I've learned along my journey to my kids and teach them. I want them to be better than me. And so I feel like that's what Master P tries to do with his kids. Is obviously Romeo is like, I guess the main child or whatever. But I know it's funny, but I think what's her name? What's her name? Kim Kardashian's mom. I think
I know who you're talking about.
She reminds me of my mom.
No, and I was just talking about her today.
How did I forget her name?
Behind the brand.
Kris Jenner.
Yes.
Yeah. She's somebody that I think is also amazing because of how she literally focuses so much on her children, and all her kids are pretty much billionaires at this point.
Right.
And she has led all of that. So, I mean, I just like to see people not only becoming successful themselves, but also making the people around them successful. I think that's important, to not just keep it to yourself, to also give back. And of course, if you can bring your family up, that's first. We all can be successful, why not? So I just like how those two individuals have done that.
Yeah, and you bring up some valid points about having a team behind you, because we can't do the work alone, and really being able to relinquish that responsibility with those you can trust. And I think that's another valuable tool that you have said. You have said so much to anybody who's listening from an entrepreneurial perspective. One of the things that I do in this platform, it's also about showcasing women, but it's also, I have a mantra that I believe in. A lot of times we want to extend a hand to somebody, and a hand is, to me, the same or analogous to, yeah, you can do it. You kind of pat them on the back. I really like to extend the arm. And what I mean by that, I'm committed all the way. I'm not just at the hand level. I'm all the way up to here. I got you 100%, which means access. It means access to low risk funding, access to resources, and digital mentorship. And what you're providing this audience with, Santia, at your young, beautiful age, Queen, is digital mentorship. You're giving them the antidotes on what you did to be successful. But the one thing that I really find, and Santia, I don't know if you get this a lot when people talk to you, but you're giving people yourself 100%. Like right now, I'm like, where are the questions? They should be coming in a mile a minute.
Yeah.
Be absorbing it like to the nth degree. But sometimes when you give things away, I think people don't value it. Like, for instance, your app. If you were to give it away to everybody, people they were like, yeah, I'll do it maybe one day. When you charge them for it,
it's different.
They got to make the investment. They tend to show up. And a lot of this work that I do on this platform, it makes me wonder, like, if I charge you for it, then would you come for it? They're getting the best of the best.
Right.
And I don't know about you, but people always want to come up and know what your secret is. They want to know how you do what you do. How did you get to be where you are? And if you gave them the roadmap for free, would they follow it?
Right. My opinion on that is I will help you as much as I can. I will give you advice. But if you want me to go in depth with all of my secrets and tips and tricks, I'm sorry, you're going to have to pay for that, because I had to work my butt off to get to where I'm at. I had to learn everything. I had to follow my face, fail, lose everything, come back up, lose friends, lose whatever. Like, I had to do all that. So if I had to do all that, then why would I give you all of that for free? You got to work for that too. Now, I'm going to help you. I'm going to help you away. I'm going to guide you. But am I going to just give you the whole cow? Or no, I'm not gonna do that. I'll lead you to the cow and you figure out how to chop it up and cook it and all that other stuff. But I do feel like free knowledge sometimes is not valued. And I don't know why that is, because it's like, if it's free, wouldn't you run faster towards it?
Right.
But sometimes it's like you said, it's like, oh, it's too easy. So like, maybe, I don't know. I personally don't know, because if I can get something for free, I'm running towards it. I'm just being honest. Anything free, I'm gonna try to make sure I get all of that. But I just think it depends on also your mentality and how bad you want it. Because if somebody's hungry and they really want to be successful, they really want that knowledge, they're going to appreciate that. But if you're kind of half-stepping, kind of lukewarm about what you want to do, and if you're able to do it, oh, this might be too much or too hard, then it doesn't matter what you give them. They're still gonna fumble that. So it depends on the mindset of the person. And a lot of people don't understand that everybody wants to be an entrepreneur. Everybody wants to have a business. Everybody wants to be financially free. But are you willing to put in the work to do that? Are you willing to lose friends? Are you willing to have those sleepless nights? Are you willing to quit that job that's secure? That's all that security that you have around you sometimes. Are you willing to not make any money sometimes for 3-4 years, and then you finally had that popping year where now everything's going up? So like, people don't understand that it's not pretty. People be like, oh my gosh, you have to wake up and be on Instagram every day. First of all, Instagram is a whole job. It's not. I'm not on there taking pictures and being cute for the gram. I'm on there making deals and making money and putting people in. I'm doing a lot. I'm not out here just playing football to be cute. I'm putting my body on the line for my future generation, for my future kids, and their everything I do is not for me. And I tell the people all the time. They're like, oh, So how does it feel to do this? How does it feel? How does it feel? How does it feel? It feels great. It's good. It's cool. But all I think about is like, dang, my family's gonna be good. When I have kids, they're gonna be good. You know, these kids, these little girls that I'm gonna eventually mentor and help, help bring up as well, they're gonna be good. So it's not about what I'm doing for myself, it's about what am I leaving? What legacy am I leaving? What knowledge am I leaving behind? When people talk about me 20 years from now, is my name still gonna be relevant? You know what I'm saying? So like that's all I care about. Like I feel like I'm on this earth for a limited amount of time, and I need to fulfill every single talent that God put in me at birth. And that's all I care about at the end of the day. It's not about me. It's cool. It's fun. It's cool. Something, and it's not always fun. That's another thing. It's not always fun. It's not always fun to be on Instagram. It's not always fun to have to go out here and do interviews every day. It's not always fun to have to go to practice, get beat up every day, and come back home and do it all over again the next day. I put in blood, sweat, and tears, and people have to understand that. It's not just like, oh, it came so. People always see the finished product, but they don't know what's going behind that in the lab. They don't know how much you got to cook up and how much you got to put this and do that and twist that. It's a lot going on. So I have to make that clear too. Let it say, everybody listening, entrepreneur is not for everybody. If you are not strong-willed, it is not for you. I'm gonna say that now. It is not for you. You have to be strong-willed. You have to have perseverance, and you have to be self-motivated. Sometimes you can't always have people saying, "Oh, go, go, go! You're great." Because guess what? Whenever that stops, who are you?
Oh my God.
I'm gonna stop. Give it too much. I ain't gonna give it too much.
Sorry, they weren't ready. People, the message that she's leaving behind is for you to understand. You can have what you want, but you gotta go get it.
Mm-hmm.
We can't be just having conversation to have conversation. We can't show up. Yes, she had her hair done, her makeup was done, the outfit was cute, but do you understand what went behind the production to do it? To do even this platform, Santia, is not just about me getting on, saying to you, I'm bringing this queen. It's a whole, Santia, because your girl Bria, she did the thing.
Mm-hmm.
She had to fill out a whole form with a whole list to give me the information, to do the marketing materials, to get it out to the right people. So there's a lot of work that comes in to bring you what we bring you. But what Santia is just sharing with you is that if you're not willing to do the work, you're not going to get the results. And it's not always pretty. It's not always fun. It's not always easy. Matter of fact, there's some days you're going to wake up and say, why am I doing this? Why am I crazy? Like, why did I sign up for this? And not only that, because everybody's not going to support your dream. Everybody's not going to have your back. Everybody's not going to have your best interest. People come with their own agendas and their own angles. And for you to still persevere, oh my God, sets you apart from everybody. I'm just so honored because it's one thing coming from me. Our generations expand. This is a young queen. I'm seasoned, y'all. I didn't say, oh, did you check that out? I said I was seasoned because I am seasoned. But guess what? Some things just don't change, guys. It just doesn't change, women. It is the same. You got to put in the work. But before you can put in the work, I ask you, where are you mentally? Here's this queen. She got an app. She got her own shoe line, not one shoe. Not two shoes, but they come in multitudes of colors, and she's constantly renewing it up. She's out there showing you her workout routine. And I'm going to tell you, it's not for the faint at heart. It's not. But she gets out and she does it because she's passionate about making a difference and leaving a legacy. What are you passionate about? What is it that you want to do? What is it that you are trying to achieve? What is it that you're allowing to stop you? Who's listening to you? You also said something, Santia, that was so, Santia, it touched me. You said, are you willing to let go of things that no longer serve you? That could be friends. It could be family. It could be that job that's toxic to you. It could be relationships. They come in many different forms. What are you willing to give up to achieve your goal? Because sometimes you got to give up things. And Santia, I can imagine at your young age, you had to give up a lot in order to do what you do. What is your workout schedule? What, 2 to 3 hours a day? What is your workout regimen?
So my workouts for now, which is because I'm not in season, is really only an hour. But that hour is crazy. it's a hellish hour. I'll say that much.
Right.
When I'm in season or closer to my season, I do 2 a days. So I do a workout in the morning and then workout at night. So it varies.
All the time. And then what is your, and I know we only got so much time, but I got to ask this, what is your diet regimen? Are you a vegan? Are you a vegetarian? Are you a meat lover? What do you do?
Right. So I was vegan for 6 months. And I'm on and off. I'm on and off vegan. So when I get closer to my season, then I'm a vegan. But right now I'm trying to gain weight. So I'm just eating regular food. But I eat very healthy. I eat mostly fish. I rarely eat chicken, but if I do, it's of course baked. Um, and I eat veggies and fruit. And that's really it. But I enjoy eating healthy. It's not like it's a thing, something that I have to force myself to do. So like I love fruit. I can eat fruit. If I can be a fruitarian and be okay, I will be fine.
I love that fruitarian. I never heard of that, but I like that.
I can survive off fruit alone, but I know that's not possible. And I love veggies too. So I don't eat a lot of carbs, which is an issue for me because I burn a lot of carbs. But I'm working on that. So, but I just eat healthy. I mean, I just tell people you don't have to like have a certain like word for word diet. Sometimes some people do need that, but sometimes if you just know that you gotta eat healthy, I just make sure I make healthy decisions. So if I'm gonna go out and eat with my friends, instead of getting the burger, get a veggie burger. Instead of getting I guess fried chicken, get baked chicken. So it's real simple. We all know what's good, what's healthy, what's not healthy. We just choose to do what our flesh wants us to do. So
and you are 21, right?
I wish. I'm 29.
Really, Santia?
I'm 29.
You're 29. Do you drink alcohol?
Oh, when I'm out with my friends, I'm not gonna lie about that. But I don't drink anything that's crazy. I'll say that.
Right. You're very you monitor. In other words, your body is your product. So, and plus what you do for a profession. So you do monitor it. I appreciate the transparency and the honesty. One of the things I want to ask you, we have less than 4 minutes, and the time. I love what I do, Santia, and it gives me. You don't even understand the honor I have right now in bringing you on this platform to share you with my audience. It gives me great joy. It gives me great pride because you are our future. And for you to speak your honesty and speak your truth in a way that can touch somebody else to want to be better, live better, grow better is just a blessing within itself. But we're here also as a platform to support you. How can I support you? How can we support Santia Deck?
Well, of course, I would love for everybody to support my app and my shoe company, of course. But honestly, the best way that you guys can support me is by taking some of the advice that I've given everybody today and applying it to your life and becoming successful. I don't ask for much, if you want to support. If not, I appreciate you for listening and taking the time to listen. But honestly, I just want to see more successful people in our community. And I want to see more little girls getting the mentorship and the opportunity to be the best version of themselves. So to me, your success is my success. And I feel like you're on this earth to make somebody else better or to make somebody else realize their potential and their purpose. So if I can do that for you, then that's good enough for me.
I love it. So your website is Coach Queen of Abs?
Yep, CoachQueenofAbs.com. And then shoeismostofficial.com.
Okay, so I just want to make sure that people get that and that they're logging on. Please do. Let's make this queen hit over 1 million followers. She's already at 800,000. We're too close to not help promote her to go to the other side. Santia, I can't wait for your book.
Thank you. It's coming soon. It's coming real soon.
I can't wait for your book. I can't wait. I promise you today, I'm going online and I'm going to order my shoes today.
Awesome.
Need them, and I really do want to take you up on the fit so that I can do a 30-day challenge with everybody that's on my platform to get the Coach of Queen of Abs so that we could be rocking whether you 60.
Exactly.
Whether you under 30, don't matter, you can get it. And Santia, I'm a firm believer of supporting Black-owned businesses. So I just have to stand up real quick. Can y'all see my little outfit here? This
Ooh,
is my girl
I
who
love
has
it.
on the runway, and she just takes good care of me. Her clothes are amazing. She has so many amazing products. So you guys, please to support Angie Ajitombi. She is amazing on the runway. I want to say to those of you who are listening, um, Santia just dropped so many words of wisdom. I'm encouraged. Santia, you've given me a new spirit and hope, because it's one thing out here when you're grinding, but when you see your young queen come up behind you and you be like, all you need to do is work and you can't give up on yourself. And I hear your story because, Santia, your story is my story. Your story is my story, and your story is so many of those who are listening to us right now. I just want to say to you, you make us proud, Santia.
Thank you.
And it is our honor. It is such our honor. So y'all, we got to support her and buy them shoes. We're going to get the app for Coach and Queen of Abs. I'm going to do a campaign just to support that for the month of May. And it's Mother's Day month, y'all. Y'all got to get it together. And
Exactly.
let a 60-year-old show you up. I'm just saying, I'm 59. Let's not try to rush things right now, okay?
I
I'm
already said you look like you're 25, so
Thank you, Bo. Thank you, Bo. I appreciate you. But I want to say to everybody, this has been an honor, and I hope that it has blessed you to have this amazing opportunity to sit in on this conversation with this amazing queen. I want to also ask that you do truly go support her. Let's push her over 1 million on followers. Let's buy her. Let's sign up for her Queen of Abs, Coach Queen of Abs app. Let's purchase her shoes. Let's uplift. I believe in all buying black, and I guess you next week I'm gonna have them shoes on. So I can wear 6.5. So hopefully I can get them real soon. I want mine in red because that's my favorite color.
oh, we got
I want mine in red. I also want to say to you guys, this platform is all about showcasing Black women, and I do that because there's not a platform in place right now that gives us that opportunity. And I really do want the world to know we exist. They don't have to search hard. It's really not that difficult. And I have the platform for you. You want to connect the dots? That's what I'm about, connecting dots. You have Santia Deck here, who is an influencer, a trailblazer, somebody out there making it happen. Next week, we're going to have Dr. Chris Richira of Richira Winery. And she's also a surgeon who opened up her own winery. And I need you guys to support her. So come next Thursday. We're here every Thursday at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Santia Deck, is there anything you want to leave this audience with before you go?
Sure. My motto is if you want to go get it. And I feel like that's self-explanatory. So honestly, I tell people that always ask me like, how did you get to where you're at? I wanted it. I understood that it wasn't going to be easy. I did not try to, I guess, cut any corners or try to throw myself a pity party when everything didn't go my way. I literally went at it full throttle, and I had a good team behind me. I stayed level headed, and I just want to continue to show people that there is no glass ceilings, and if there is, break through it. Simple as that.
Oh my God, we are family. All my sisters with me. That part right there. Say, yeah, I'm not gonna keep you another second, but I need to tell you, Queen, I love you. I believe in you. I'll be on the sidelines rooting you all the way. When you come to LA, you know what? A girl's coming to your game. I got you. I'm gonna be on.
You gotta come.
I'm there. And for everybody else, I want to thank you for chiming in to this queen. I want to thank you for tuning in. Tell a friend, tag a friend still. This information everybody needs to hear. This platform is here to uplift you and inspire you. Let's continue to do that. My goal is to reach 50 million women this year. 50 million women. How do I do that? I do that through you. I can't do it alone. I have so many people, Santia, who are signing up. but it's not just to reach 50 million for the sake of me. I want to educate you. I want to empower you. I want to uplift you. I want to not only extend a hand, I want to extend an arm. I want to give you access to low risk funding. I want to give you access to resources and training. I want to give you access to the Santia Decks of the world so that you can get the mentorship, that you can understand the journey that she went on so you don't have to create the same mistakes. You can use them as a leverage point. So with that said, I'm not going to go any further. Santia, I love you. I appreciate you, Queen.
Of course.
For your mother, I love her too, okay?
I definitely will. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. God bless everybody. Have a great one. Thank you, Santia.
Of course.